In the journey of the oil and gas, I started my journey because planning was my focus. Without planning, we cannot survive, and it is the sustainability to any of the career. It is a strategic plan starts with the plan to fail and fail to fail.
Sir, complex projects demand exceptional foresight and planning. Managing the EPC of a 490-kilometer pipeline worth $404 million is a noteworthy feat. Can you discuss some key challenges and how you rectified them to ensure a successful outcome? Hello, everyone, and welcome to FaceTime with Leaders, a podcast series by Directors Institute World Council of Directors. I'm Tanayol, and today we are honored to have with us a strategic leader whose exceptional career spans over 30 years of experience in operations, project management, and corporate leadership. From driving multi-million dollar projects to optimizing processes and delivering outstanding results across industries, his contributions reflect an unparalleled dedication to excellence. Currently serving as Senior Manager Projects Planning and Control at Al-Khonaini International Company in Saudi Arabia, it is my privilege to welcome Mr. Manoranjan Das to the podcast. Thank you for joining us today, sir.
Thank you, Tanay. I'm with you, and thank you so much for warm welcome and kind introduction. I'm deeply appreciate this opportunity to connect with you and your listeners, and looking forward to discuss my journey, the lessons I have learned, and my strategic planning, operational excellence play a critical role in achieving success throughout the complex business landscape. Thank you once again, and it is pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Pleasure is all ours, sir. Sir, leadership excellence lies in the ability to turn challenges into opportunities. With 30 years of experience managing multi-million dollar projects, what were the most defining moments that shaped your journey into a trusted leader in the industry?
Thank you for being a great question. Over my 30 years of managing multi-million dollar projects, there have been several defining moments that shaped my career, becoming a trusted leader in the industry. Everywhere I find adopted a unique strategy helped me to lead the organization goal to be achieved. That is my first enhanced voice to the profession. My professional started as a mechanical engineer. Profession could not much more importance at that moment. Driven by a curiosity, I started my career from Piramal Group in Mumbai from a tool room engineer in production manufacturing sector. Then it is driven by slowly and went in 96. I went to Gujarat for a project initiating with so many glass-based jewelry sector to enhance my career as a project engineer. It was founding my engineering and building my operation and process optimization skills throughout the career in the temporary stage. But my approach is not exactly that. I want to lead. I want to shine as per the time what I need. In a serious stage, when I decided to lead the plant, I find there are some technological changes in my career where China and other European countries, they are apart growth to challenge the India's manufacturing sector, and there was a really technological growth required to the our company. In that way, our company managing directors, they promised a technological change and collaborative management timely to support the sustainable and leading growth in the group. In that sense, from 99 onwards, I managed more than 23 projects in the group, and more than I think I was a plant manager and a project manager and operation manager and executive director since 99 to 2008 in India. Thereafter, I privileged my exceptional career to diverse my career to the oil and gas. In the journey of the oil and gas, I started my journey because planning was my focus. Without planning, we cannot survive, and it is the sustainability to any of the career. It is a strategic plan starts with the plan to fail and fail to plan. That is one of the important aspects of the planning. When I started my journey in Saudi Arabia, I come over here with a project in a contracting business firm to sustain and started my career as a planning. This project was, having some ecological and environmental project in Berry gas plant, Saudi Arabia. There, it was about 2 to 3 years project. I continued there, and I learned a lot of techniques, international. At that moment, Primavera and all those was the mark. Means very limitations. All the programs and features, methodologies was very new in the plannings. I created my all the features with the planning, and successively I completed the projects with the prima facie. Timely, I jumped to other companies in Saudi Aramco West. Other projects like I achieved Aramco, Shell, KJO, JGC, Casref, all the projects I have handled in the past 15 years. Presently, I am working with the Khonaini. It is a business house, mostly corporate culture, is a leading contracting business exposed to house buildings, infrastructure, plant facilities, and they are a reward-winning contractor and very leading contractor in Jubail's Eastern Province, Saudi Arabia. What is my role there? I involved uh, mostly in the strategic planning from the pre-qualification stage, means it is part of the business development. From there, the process of the entire contracting process is starting. The starting point I lead throughout the career is from pre-qualification to the contracting, then award of the contract. So award of the contract in the particular contract business is the very important aspect of the contract business, where I lead the things, and the goals are primarily it is the pre-sales phase of the contract business. Later on post-sales, we have completely focused towards the business goals to achieve how to achieve the execution part. And this execution part relate to the engineering, procurement, and construction of this particular multi-million-dollar business. So here, the strategy, we have to just deliver the project, keenly attended the team. Then we have to focus, we have to uh, make a team like a project management team. They have to support the complete project, and they have to build their team through execution challenges further more ahead. Again, coming back to the post and pre-sales, both are related due to the capital management aspects. In that way, we always uh, ahead in terms of conducting the business strategy. To sustain in the business, what I find this, it is a ability to journey and adapt, excel in the different environments, whether it is a large scale operation, it is or a small scale, or it is a service oriented organization. Strategy and mentoring teams focus remaining the same. And it will be given you timely impacts through integrity and innovation. Since my 30 years have been a more just not a career, they represent a journey of growth and leadership, creating a value across the industries. As I look to the future, I am excited to continue leveraging my experiences through learning, inspire the progress and empowering my team, and contribute meaningful advancement. In summary, I can say great leaders always see the challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for the growth and innovation. They know how, what, why. How the great means solving the great purpose of the journey. So, leadership excellence comes from transforming pressure into progress, fostering collaboration, and turning setbacks into stepping stones for success. In all the summary, you can say there are four cornerstones for every business line. That is the team, strategy, execution, and investment. TSEI. It is all related to the resources, value proposition, and profit formula for the capital investment business in the current market strategy.
Complex projects demand exceptional foresight and planning. Managing the EPC of a 490-kilometer pipeline worth $404 million is a noteworthy feat. Can you discuss some key challenges and how you rectified them to ensure a successful outcome?
What I am focusing exactly. Thank you for bringing it up. Thank you. Basically, high valued infrastructure projects. Have you seen, I think, a pipeline going across the rivers and terrains and hills? These are the pipelines where we are going through infrastructure projects in India mostly. It is very challenging. Of course, it is desert. And I find managing the infrastructure EPC projects, it was a highly challenge. It is because of not only it is started from execution point of view, from the day one it is challenging because first we have to be, the market is very competitive now. Not only here, then also, it was I think 2015 project. So from that moment, it was also challenging 5 to 10% profit for the contracting business. And we have to manage all the timeline, schedule, arranging the team, and focusing to the execution. Means all the changes and technological challenges within the engineering, procurement issues, and several logistic issues, which is very, very important up to the 490-kilometer throughout the span and throughout the project timeline. We have to complete this with a resource arrangement. So it is magical actually. It's a challenge to strategize in paper as well as in the business acumen in during the execution part. So it is, let me explain a little bit more so that it can be fulfill the risk associated with this business. Contracting business mostly within that, let us assume Aramco is one of the major, it is the number 2 global player for this particular business in oil and gas and several businesses. They have their contracts. They need an infrastructure project to build over the timeline of 3 years. They need to 490 kilometers. So that is a schedule. So that within that schedule, they have their benchmark, This is a milestone of the project we have to build. So here first comes, they have their own contracting team to negotiate with the various vendors. Like their procurement team will justify that these are the contracts. They will define the scope. They will issue the pre-qualification requirements. They will go for contracting. Means timely they will award the contract to the contractor. Now it is the contractor risk to deliver them as per the scope and contract timely. Anyhow, I prioritize my execution and risk management and capital funding oversight throughout the project. I was with the Dorsal and company. It is one of the biggest company in pipeline business. It is more. It is owner is mostly Kilachan. He is from India only. He is from Baroda, and he is a multi-billion in staying in Dubai. We have our CEO. He was from IIT and he is a very management perspective wise legend. Now his aspirations are just reflecting through the things. This project not only reinforced my ability and lead the large scale construction efforts timely, it was a strategic execution and diligent management and critical successful project out timely. Firstly, we engaged in the team selection, then engagement of the pre-requirement of the mobilization, then contract deliverables. It is the construction execution and then pre-commissioning and commissioning and testing. These are the segments of the contracting business after award stage. Then setup. Then we have to overcome the challenges for the pre-mobilization state. As per the contract, we have to notify them. We have to go through the process of submissions, then mobilization. Then in a desert center, we have to find one setup for temporary facilities, like where our people will stay, where their foods will be available, where their all the warehouse will be there. Such a big business, how will stay with the all the business you have to fulfill as per their norms. That is called temporary facilities. 2,000, more than 2,000 people, skilled people and management people will stay there. So the facilities should like a big village. Anyhow, it was within the Medina and Rabic and Yanbu, western part of the project, and connecting to the Riyadh, that completely network was like that. It was highly challenging time. However, the team was really a great team, skilled team, and timely it was managed. Through the subcontractors we collaborate, and various logistic operations we have to complete, and stakeholders alignment, site survey, execution part, we have to complete with the challenges. I believe, one of the projects, never such a project completing time, but we have completed it in time due to our core team managing the cost control, managing the schedule control, managing effective estimation data, quantity survey, everything in the table, and timely procuring the things, right manner, right approach with good governance. Thank you.
Very well said, sir. So, the success of any project depends on how it is planned. With your expertise in cost control and risk mitigation, what strategies have you used consistently to deliver projects on time and within budget across industries?
See, there is an objective. Any project has an objective, specific objective scope as per the contractual obligation. So far, this project was concerned, we have contractual scopes clearly defined with the system, with a comprehensive planning and risk assessment and stakeholders alignment, resource management and strong monitoring and control system, effective communication with the stakeholders. That was the major part of the discussion. So here coming to the estimation part. When we aligned the pre-sales, focusing to that, it was the specific challenges coming for the budget control. Okay, there are some quantities you allocated, and in the next phase that may vary. So entire cost will be overrun and planning may fail. So that is the first part. We have to make the budget as a constraint to the second thing. We have to go for cost control in the various projects because market is varying every day. Steel rate. There are several other other procurement items which are very necessary. Everything is related to market right now. So that way we can say that we prioritize stakeholder alignment and monitoring through tools, monitoring the latest tools and techniques in the real time adjustment and tracking everything as per our estimation data and plans. We have certain contingencies in our every business has a contingency. So 2% maybe here and there in the contingency plan. So that we have to adjust as a bottleneck for the project governance. For cost control, we used several methodology associated. That time also Primavera was there. Primavera we used, and there are Excel. That moment, I think not so many softwares are there like nowadays. It was past decades. So we used mostly Excel as a tool, which was engineers tool. So that help us to controlling the cost and associated risk to the measure the complete project. Second thing, every project has a on value management system in their database. In itself, the special schedule, it has its own resources loaded. It will give you the cost optimization. Daily basis, you can check whether it is available or not. So in that way, we focus to the on value management system, which is controlling everyday resource control and where it is available or not, procurement is available or not, all the means equipment, mostly manpower and equipment is our, and all the necessary tools, tools, tackles is required for the project business. So in that way, we control that. Most important part is subcontract and vendor management. It is challenging to the business that strictly we monitor. Especially the schedule, we monitored a lot. We make it a breakdown, means what are the work breakdown structure as per the project control requirement. We make it breakdown into the 7th level. What is necessary, even if small toolings we need to complete, verify before going to the site. So that is assisted by our procurement. Then it is the risk management. Although it is EPC business, we have to go for risk control. Definitely there is a very big risk. So we allocate, there is a cash crunch, maybe capital investment part. So there is a Monte Carlo technique in the business. So you have to go for the Monte Carlo process to allocate and refine your process day-to-day compliance to schedule control and risk management, every risk to be notified and take it as a risk registers and conducting SWOT analysis and identify potential use of that. Contingency planning is a part of the project. So using Monte Carlo simulations, you cannot go beyond the contingency. So in that, you can mitigate some unforeseen cost and overall budget to allocate within that resource. Otherwise, your project will be failed in terms of company will be lost. So saving these things, finally, we come to the conclusion that it is a big challenge to cost control and resources. Even if schedule we have made at least 3 times revised in the schedule and reallocated the resources to avoid delays and fulfilling the contract completion. Thank you.
So, sustainability is the cornerstone of modern project management. How do you plan to utilize your ESG knowledge into the planning and execution of large scale infrastructure projects you will be leading in the future?
We are now using the term sustainability. ESG stands for environment, sustainability, governance. So for human being, it is very important now for ESG to serve and to save the earth. Practically, we are feeling that earth is now under several climate changes. I have not seen Saudi since last 10 years, 8 degree, 7 degree in this season, particularly in December second week. Now I find 6 degree, 7 degree temperature suddenly coming. This is a climate change. Anyhow, we are a member of ESG from HLS. And the carbon guy, I know that Mike Turner, I am a friend of him. Strictly maintained sustainable statement in our company. And it is our perspective. We are using all the green environment strategies to adopt and implement in the project with landscape because we are the civil contractors. In my future, I want to be a part of the ESG governance. Because of the large scale infrastructure projects, sustainability will be guiding principle for me. And this is the priority for the renewable energies in the present sustainable battery technology coming up, and India is growing so faster, and other part of the Europe, you can say US, all are developing their own strategy. And within the 2030, I think Europe tried to retain its special carbon black reduces to 1.5. So it is one of the major challenges for the globe. And India is planning 2050. I think they need to be justify zero carbon. So within that mission, we have to be a part of that team and ensuring compliance to the ESG regulations, engage in the communities to drive positive social impacts. That is the main mission. We embed these principles into every phase of the planning and execution in my projects. Now we are known to these systems, but we are going surroundings. So principally, everybody has to learn how to save this earth. It is not my abatement, it is for everybody's requirement. And day-to-day practice, we have to save this earth. And this nice earth is very, very important for us for the next generations of them. Thank you.
So, we are the ones who have to take care of the next generation.
Thank you, boss.
So, collaboration is the backbone of effective execution. How do you approach building and managing relationships with vendors, consultants, and contractors to ensure alignment on complex projects?
There is a department, especially procurement, navigates all about the system of the contract business. Although we are planning for everything, the speciality of the procurement is to negotiate with the vendors, consultants, and contractors, subcontractors, small suppliers. This department exists, and they are basically, it's a very worth to talking about them. And they are saving multi-millions for the company, and is a challenging for the procurement business. First thing, I can emphasize on this thing. For successful completion of the project and effectiveness, we have to collaborate with the vendors, subcontractors, suppliers, and subcontractors. We have to clarify the scope, where we need the subcontractor, identify various materials, various tools, and requirements for the project. There is a subcontracting strategy for every company, every business. The part of the subcontracting, it will be negotiated throughout the project from the, as per the FIDIC, you can say, the contract, as per the contract milestone will be there. It is as per the schedule of the project. There is a benchmark for the cost control, everything associated with that. So we have to go for the, again, pre-qualification process for the contractors. We have to bring down for their support as per the requirement. We have to go for RFQ stage, then qualifications, they have to supply, means they have to issue their quotations, they have to understand the scopes, they have to understand the milestones. Everything is very important for the subcontracting strategy.
Yeah.
What is our expectations is, we have to define our goals and our roles and deliverables to ensure alignment.
Yeah.
So that is the part of our contract. Then we have to effectively communicate, train them as per our requirement in the field. The project manager, they have to, execution phase is a challenging phase. They have to, every stage of the project, they need to identify, they have to set their goals, they have to communicate effectively for the subcontractors and vendors.
Yeah.
So we have to trust them effectively, what they are doing, that is, they are part of our team itself. So we have to keep good relationship with the contractors, not only vocally, even if financially we have to propel them timely and compete with the market rates and requirements. That is also. It is, there are certain agreements requirements, agreement and standard of the subcontractor plans and policies. We have to effectively give them assurance that you are as per our contract business, and there are certain plans and policies of the contract. So as per that guideline, you have to manage the business. So they will align as per your business requirement.
Lovely.
So then thereafter, they will conduct their business and execute their business and their works in the field. After it is measurable by our progress and our tracking of the things, we will complete by our tracking methods. We'll fulfill whether it is effective or not. If it is not effective, then automatically it will, they will just remove from the chain. So it is basically the supply chain, about it. Thank you.
So, a leader's success is measured by the impact they leave behind. What advice would you offer to the next generation of project managers about creating lasting value in their work?
Manager is a leader, otherwise you will not be a project manager. Simply, I have seen so many project managers and having project management skill. So directing in the field and leading in a field, it is very, very big ideas. And if the is not impactful, you cannot be a sustainable project manager throughout the life. You lost some. So there are 5 things I identified in this thing. I identified in this juncture. They have to lead by integrity. What is that exactly? They have to be honest, ethically. They have to be transparent in all decisions. Then trust the foundation of the team, and team success is their success. Team building, finally, it is the team. Then they have to innovate every moment, embracing the innovation. It is a challenge to a project manager to lead the daily creative without emotional and adapt to the change timely, sustainability. Third thing is you can think strategically. Whatever the plan, they have to strategize in the field. See, without we can make strategy, hundreds of strategy we can do, but without implementation, there is no execution or no further capital gain. And we cannot complete the project with the time. So that is one of the major role of project manager. So that's why the leading character in a project.
Yeah.
And we have to trust him.
True, sir.
So a leader, he has to empower others in other way. Means he has a very big functional team. This functional team consists of construction manager, lead managers, quality managers, environmental governance team, HSE managers, and other various teams will be there. Under them, up to bottom line, up to labor, everybody is equally important for the project. So they have to empower others, not me. I'm not everyone. They have to work like a leader. They have to be a faithful leader. They have to be a very generic leader and transparent system. Like that, we have to act like that. So focus on the long-term value they have to see. What is that exactly? Now we know about we are talking about ESG governance in the past. So these are the sustainable practice we have to adopt. We have to practice lead. We have to practice bring. So this is the system we are getting benefit because we have to serve the society, to consume the materials which is not generating more energy consumption, more like this. We are using now sustainable materials. That is the benchmark of lead. Anyhow, the legacy is defined not just by projects or you complete in time, but by positive lasting impact you create. So it is a creation of the project manager to lead by success, and his success for the next generation project manager, they have to be proactively sustain and act as a servant leadership.
So, now to our last question. How has your journey with Directors Institute enhanced your approach to leadership and governance, and what elements of the experience have been most valuable to you?
See, in last February, actually, I went through your WDI, but since then I took decision in late November. So it was really think process in my background that to join and definitely join in your institute. I thankful to Mr. Jisan and Mr. Ival has a unique approach to develop this institute, which brings up so many good leaders in the society, and they will develop the benchmark of the next next level leaders, and that is one of the biggest voice to the platform. I'm thankful to the institution in collaboration with the Wolf University. That is also there are several things, several studies apart. I have not gone through all, but it is really a learning mechanism to improve myself. And I learned corporate governance. In my starting of the career, I was having a very good governance system, but it was not literally fit to the present governance system to the market. So I will be more decisive and challenging by learning this particularly world development institution. And timely, I'll drive my long-term aspirations with the institute. It will create not my ability, it will focus to the next career change and drive my emotions and goals to be sustainable in my future. One of the, it is non-executive director, it will apart thing to stand with me and a career concern. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Your journey from managing multi-million dollar projects to shaping industry practices with your experience in planning, control, and sustainability is truly inspiring. It's been an absolute privilege to hear your insights, and on behalf of Directors Institute, we thank you for sharing your knowledge and vision. All the best for future endeavors, sir, and thank you so much once again.
Thank you. Thank you once again for privileging me being a part of this impactful initiative. I look forward to support this incredible institute and be a part of that. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much.
We look forward to sharing more inspiring stories and insights from remarkable leaders in our next session. Until then, keep upskilling and finding joy in your journey. Thank you.